Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday to you. Hope that you're doing well. I'm excited to be here again this week, and we're going to be making a few projects with the Mediterranean Blooms Suite from Stampin' Up's new annual catalog. My name is Lori DeGroot from Loritamarie Crafts, and I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator here in Calgary, Alberta. And I like to come here live so I can share tips, techniques, ideas, and inspiration with you to help you take your paper crafting supplies and turn them into beautiful projects. I'm going to apologize for my voice this week. I've got a little bit of a cold. All these spring colds are going around. So it's a good thing we're online friends today. So I can still be together. I'm not going to pass this on to you. Last week I missed. I was busy putting together my catalog launch party, which I had last Saturday. It was the biggest in-person class that I've had. And we had a really great time playing with all the new stuff and getting some fun ideas and picking up retired product and having a lot of fun. So in-person events are always a good time. I also do just online classes. And so if you feel like, oh, I wish I could do one of your classes, the one that you want to do is called Stamp and Create. So I have one every single month, and I highlight kind of a variety of products that are current products. And then we make a fun project that's a little more elaborate. So this is where I can kind of let my creativity go, and we can kind of do a lot more things. So this month, my Stamp and Create class is all about the new in colors. Of course, we've got to celebrate the new in colors. And so when you order this class, you're going to get an amazing variety of products. So I have the product option, so that's for anyone in Canada, or I have a tutorial option, which anyone in the world could buy internationally. So there's two options. You can find all the information under classes on my website. But we're going to play with the Unbounded Beauty Suite in this class. So you're going to get half a pack of the paper, which is amazing. You're going to get some of the glimmer paper. You're going to get a sample of all 5 colors of the in-color cardstock. These cute little resin dots. Hopefully they come back in stock. And a sampling of the ribbon. So you're going to get lots of product to play with. And then I'm not going to show you the projects because they're always a secret, but here's a little like pass through. So what we're going to make this month is what I call my elaborate fun fold cards. And so they kind of open up different ways, and techniques are a little bit more, they're a little more involved to put together, and they kind of create a real special gift that you can give to somebody. So we're making 2 different ones. They'll each have even custom envelopes and all this kind of stuff. So it's going to be a really fun class to try out. So like I said, all the information is on my website, loritamariecrafts.ca under classes. And hi Brian, thanks for watching. Did you say Mississippi? Wow, hi, that's a long way away. Cool. Yes, so today, I want to mention first too, is that Stampin' Up just announced free shipping next week. Tuesday, that is May 21st, I believe. Free shipping. So in Canada here, if you spend a minimum of $100, then you're going to get free shipping, which is saving you 11%, and that's pretty awesome. So any orders, I always send out a thank you, any value at all. And this month, I'm also popping in this cute little in-color bookmark as a thank you. And I have a free class if you spend over $60, and then if you want to get the free shipping, you can spend $100. So there's a few different options there. Okay, I don't know how long my voice is going to hold up today, so let's get to our projects for today. And I'm going to be using the Mediterranean Blooms Suite, and we're going to make some fun summary cards. And this is one of those suites where initially, I don't know if this would normally catch my eye, but for some reason this year it just spoke to me, and I loved it right away, and I knew that I wanted to try it out. And I actually used this as the inspiration for my catalog launch party, and I made all the favors kind of with this suite, and I went like Italian themed, and we had tiramisu and Italian soda and all this kind of fun stuff. My husband is half Italian, so we always love to lean into the Italian things, as anyone who has any Italian in them will let you know. It's always fun to lean into that side of you. So let me show you the paper first. Just got a little sampling here, but you get, here, let's show these. So 2 sheets have the lemons and oranges, and they can be cut out and used on your projects, and they don't even have to do any cutting or any coloring or anything like that. The dies will cut out the oranges, but not the lemons, so you've got to fussy cut the lemons out. Then you've got one sheet that's kind of all oranges and one that's all lemons. Then you've got this lovely one that's a mix, and this one that's kind of the floral look. But the best part, I think, of this is the back. So look at this tile. Isn't it so pretty? So you get all these kind of different sizes, all with navy, boho blue. They're so much fun. Just makes you feel like you're on vacation somewhere in the Mediterranean, right? The designers, they know what they're doing. Such pretty paper. Here is the bundle. So that's the stamp set. It's called Citrus Blooms. And just so you know, it's all about the oranges. So the lemons are fun because you can cut them right out of the paper. But this time it's all about the oranges. And so I've had to lean into my pumpkin pie, which I posted a poll on my Instagram. Like, I had literally have never used my pumpkin pie ink pad before this stamp set. And so I asked if people like pumpkin pie, and it was overwhelming in favor of pumpkin pie. So I'm the only one, apparently, who never uses it. So we're going to use that. We've got the coordinating dies. The best part, you know, I'm not even going to use this today, but I'm going to show you some samples at the end. But look at this. It fits a whole front of the card. Use it with the leaves. Actually, I'll show you right now. This is the card that we made, one of the samples at one of the Make It Takes, I guess, at my catalog launch party. And so the white was cut out with the outline shape. And then the leaves were cut out with this one. So you cut them out together. If you want just the solid, you use just the one. If you want the leaves, you're going to use both at the same time and run them through like this. And then that's how you're going to get that stitch detail there, like you can see on the old olive. So that's, I mean, it's amazing. That's one of my favorite dies right now. You're going to get the outlines of all your stamped images like normal. You're going to get these pretty little olive branches. So there's 4 of those. And then these cut out these teeny tiny little flowers. And to be honest, they kind of look like stars. So they're kind of multi-purpose. You could use them on different projects. But you cut out 3 at a time there. So those are really small. You got to keep track of those. So that's the bundle. And then there's also gems. And I'm just going to try. I got a lot of stuff on the go here. And navy is one of my favorite colors. I'm actually wearing navy today, a match. Okay. So these are, I think they're called opal rounds. And you get the navy, the yellow, and like a little iridescent. So those are the gems. And so that's the suite. And so let's get to the crafting. We're here for the crafting, right? So our first project is just going to be a card. Well, not just a card. It's going to be a card. And we're going to do some coloring today. So definitely with this stamp set, you're going to want to see how to color it, right? So I've just got a basic white card base. Then we're going to create a little border here. So I've already cut these out because we're going to spend some time doing the coloring today. So I've got a half strip of Night of Navy and a 1-inch strip. Mine's actually technically 7/8 because I used up so much of my paper. I didn't have any of this paper left. So, but you could do 1 inch. That makes more sense to you. And we're just going to put that on the edge of our card here. And I cut the navy to 1/2 inch, but I really wanted only 1/4 inch. Let me go this way. 1/4 inch showing. No, I put the adhesive on the side. But it's harder to attach 1/4 inch paper because that's not as wide as the seal. So I'm just hiding it behind. So that's the reasoning behind that. Okay, I'm going to use my seal. And then we're going to put this right, actually I might fold my card so that I can get it right to the edge here. All right, so that's going to kind of create the framework for our card. And then we're going to do some coloring. So we're going to do the big one, but you can also do the small one. So this one has 1 orange, this one has 3. And we're going to need our block E. And I'm going to stamp it in Memento Tuxedo Black first. And sometimes when it's a bigger stamp set like this, it's actually easier to put the ink to the stamp instead of the other way around. And so then you can kind of see too if you get good coverage, which hopefully we do. And I'm just stamping on basic white. There we go. Has anyone got this bundle yet? Does it make you want to go on holidays? Makes me want to go on holidays. Okay, so look, I've even got the pumpkin pie blends. Amazing. I'm also going to be using Old Olive and Lemon Lolly. And I'm going to start with the Old Olive. And I'm just using light. To be honest, Old Olive is the very first set of blends that I bought. Or at least the second. Maybe I bought a yellow first. And so mine are really old and need to be replaced. So whenever the blends came out, whenever that was, actually I think I am going to use the dark. So they always come together in pairs with a light and a dark. And so there's a felt tip end, a brush tip end, and a felt tip end. And my brush tip ends on both of mine are a little dried out. And so you're just going to see me use this more marker end. But normally to color in a bigger space like this, I would use my brush tip end. So they do last a very long time. And of course it depends how much you're using it, right? If you're using it a lot, then it's going to go a little bit faster. But I've had mine for quite a while and it's on my list. I'm getting new colors. I'm replacing some of my oldest ones that I've had and just build up. You don't have to feel like you got to get, every single color at once. So don't feel the pressure for that. Just get your favorite colors. And I'm just doing little bits at a time here because you kind of want your ink wet to get the blending the way you want it. And so I'm going over just the lines of the leaf with the dark. And then I'm going to go over, coloring it in with the light. And so I'll try not to go too slow for you here. You can take your time when you're doing this. Doesn't have to be rushed. It's actually very relaxing to color. I really like it. I think I've mentioned this before, but one of the lovely ladies on my team, she said that she likes to just stamp a bunch of the images out and then she colors while she watches TV. And I think that's a great idea. I think that'd be perfect right now. I don't know if any hockey people out there, but it's the Stanley Cup playoffs. So there's a lot of hockey watching going on in my house. So I think I gotta do a little bit of coloring at night while we're watching the hockey games. Okay. So like I said, there's also the one with the one orange. So you can make it more simple on yourself and do the one orange. So I'm going all in today. We're pushing through. Okay, everybody, I think on free shipping, I'm going to get Old Olive blends. Okay, then we're going to grab our orange. And you can do your light first and then add your dark. And I think there's a few different ways to do it. And there's lovely people who do classes if you want to get into all the nitty gritty. I'm kind of a just go for it kind of person. And so I like to follow the image itself. So there's these little spots on the orange. And so that's where I'm putting the dark. And then I'm going to go back over with the light. And I'm going to just kind of give a base coat first, in a sense. And kind of color it all in. And you can use your fine tip end maybe to go around those smaller points. And then I'm just going to go back over where I had the dark, and I kind of go in circles. I want it to look more natural, right? I don't want it to look like I colored that in. I want it to look like this was, painted on, and that's the beauty of the blends. So you just kind of keep going, and you can keep adding on a little bit of color until you're kind of happy with the end result. So you shouldn't see any brush marks. That's the whole point. So if you're still seeing the lines of your marker, then you can go back and you can blend some more. And just keep working it in until you don't see any of those. Soften up your edges. blend it in. And then they start to look a little more natural, right? Fun. Okay. I'm surprised how much I like the orange, people. Pumpkin pie. Okay. So we'll just do this. And then we're going to add a little color to our flowers as well. And the blends are kind of addicting. I've used them a lot more lately, maybe you've noticed, but you know, there's some great stamp sets right now that are really calling for them. So this one, the Country Flowers, is so much fun to color. I love that one. So there's some great uses for your blends right now. I'm going to keep this light pumpkin pie, and I'm going to color the center of my little blossoms. And then I'm going to take the light lemon lolly, and I'm just going to go out from the center to add a little yellow. I don't want to go all the way. I want to leave a little white on the tips. And then the little buds, I'll go ahead and color those in all the way. And then I'm going to grab my light, but this time the fine tip end. And I'm just going to go over the lines that are already part of the design, just to add a little texture. Let's move that out of the way. And there you go. And I say, don't worry about being a professional. It's not really what it's about. Go for it. Have some fun. Try it out. Like any kind of crafty thing, you'll get better as you go along and as you figure out what you're doing. So I got to cut this out for our card. So I've got my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, platform 1, 2, 3. I'm going to grab the die that coordinates with this image. And I think I'm going to stand up so that I can get that lined up just so. Feel free to use washi tape or Post-it notes to hold it in place if that's easier for you. I just kind of hold it down until the machine has grabbed it, and then I run it through. Okay. And then we've got our lovely oranges for our card. So fun. I love it. So we need to gather up some pieces for our card. So before I put this on, I'm going to stamp a little bit of a background on here. So in this stamp set, we've got this fun little detail stamp here. So I wanted to see how we could use that on our card today. So I'm just going to pick that up at the block, and we're going to stamp in Lemon Lolly. And then I'm just going to kind of randomly put it over my card to get a background. So you can do some that are a little off, not on all the way. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually having a circle as the background for my card. So I've gone ahead and cut that out already. This is the largest circle in the Stylish Shape size. And so, well, I see I put that a bit low because I want to see, and you can't see it at all. So I'm going to just put that a little higher, and then you'll cover up where I made a boo-boo, and you're not going to see it anyway. And then I can kind of see where I want to add a few more. And then if you've got a glass mat like I do here, just kind of got to clean up. Otherwise, I'm going to get ink all over my card. Sometimes I've forgotten to do that. And I'm like, where did all this ink come from? But you can use your chamois or the little chamois that comes with this if you've got this already. And then you can dry it with some paper towel. All right. So I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back of this one. And I'm going to start layering up. So I kept the base of the card quite simple, right? Because the oranges are the star of the show. There we go. And We're going to put that kind of overlapping a little bit into the bottom a bit. Then we're going to take our oranges and we're going to put dimensionals on those as well. If you don't want your card as puffy, you can put this one flat and just put dimensionals on your orange. Okay. And then we're going to keep our sentiment quite simple here. So we'll put that there. And I just have a piece of scrap basic white. I'm going to use the little hello. There's hello. You're the best kind of person. All the love and just checking in. Those are the sentiments in this stamp set. And we're going to ink up in Night of Navy. Stamp it on our scrap there. And I'm just going to use my paper snips just to kind of cut it down to size a little bit. So you can use your trimmer to have a more accurate cut if you like. And then sometimes I just like to snip off an angle and then it just elevates it a tiny bit. And then we're going to add some linen thread. If you do place an order, with the free shipping, sometimes it's a good time to get your staples. Like if you need some basic white or some envelopes or your linen thread, that's actually what I need right now. It's all my basics. The building blocks of all our projects, right? Okay, I cut about 12 inches. I'm going to tie a bow if I can here. Get a little loopy. Grab our glue dot. And then I'm just kind of tucking it just anywhere. And then we're going to put one dimensional maybe on our sentiment here. Maybe I'll tuck one under there too, a small one, just so it's not flipping up. Yeah, I might do that after. Okay. And that's our card. We're going to add some gems though. We got to use those fun new gems. Okay. And I'm just going to go with the navy. And there's two sizes, like I said, of every color. Oh, that one doesn't have. What did I do with that one? Doesn't have it sticky. All right, and there's our first card. Hope you like that for some ideas. And now I thought, because with my catalog launch, I was making kind of a whole bunch of different things. I created this cute little folder that I put in the people who ordered who were out of town. So I had to put it in the mail. So I needed something flat. So this is a cute little treat. You could fit just a little note. You could fit a little favor inside that's flat. You could put a little gift card inside. So it's kind of fun to do. So I got boho blue here, and I'm going to cut it to 4 1/4 by 8 1/2. And then I'm going to score it in half at 4 1/4. And then we're going to take one of the tile pieces. And so I love this one because it's like big, like an actual tile. Of course, that makes sense. Okay, so we're going to cut this to 4 by 4, and we're going to do 2. We're actually going to do one on the front and one on the back. So these are both 4 by 4. Okay, and then we'll start with this, and then we'll move on to the next part. So we're going to fold this in half, and just use our bone folder here. And then I'm going to put tear and tape just to seal this up on the edge. So of course you can make this any size you want it. If you want it to be a bit wider, just change your dimensions up. I chose this size because I liked the 4 by 4 on the tile. That's basically it. And then you get to max out your DSP if things are like 4 inches, right? By 4 inches. Okay. So then we're going to peel that off. and fold that up. So I've just put it obviously along the sides and kept the top open. Okay, and then we're going to put our tile pieces on. And I'm just going to use my seal for that. And then we're going to decorate the outside, plus we've got a little piece to put on the inside. Let's put that there. And this here. I mean, doesn't that look so fun, like tile already? So pretty. And then I was finding mine because it, like, oh, where's the opening? Which one is the top kind of idea. So I decided to use a punch. You could use any punch, a circle punch, the oval punch. I'm using the heartfelt hexagon punch, and wouldn't you know it, this and the modern oval punch are back in stock today. Woo! They have been out of stock forever. But the oval one's already on low inventory, so if that's on your list, I'm not sure I'd wait till Tuesday. You might want to pick one up. Maybe it's been going so fast. So then I wanted to add another orange, but I don't want to make you watch me color again. So I've already got one colored. So we can go ahead and put dimensionals. And this time I have used the one with the one orange. You could also, like I said, cut this right out of the DSP. The dies will cut the oranges, both the single and the three, right out of the DSP. Or if you want to do lemons, then you can cut that out of the DSP as well. And then I want to add a little name onto this. So everyone had their name on. So let me show you. These are the alphabet dies. I actually just recently got them. They're called mini alphabet dies, aptly named. And it's on one thing. So you just run it through one time. And you could do it with like an adhesive sheet, and then they're already sticky. I wasn't that smart. So we could do that. And then what I did is I just created a little baggie that had all the extra letters in it. And then you kind of always have a collection. I'm going to use the name Shar. This is the name of my best friend. So she gets to, I wanted to like actually send this to somebody. So these are the letters I had. And like I said, if you used your adhesive sheets, then this would be even easier. I'm going to use my multi-purpose liquid glue and just dot them in. And then if fine things are hard for you to pick up, you can grab some tweezers or something like that. I'm just going to go for it and stick my fingers all in my glue and stuff. And then I'm going to put them on this basic white. And then it's also convenient that she's got a short name. So there we go. And then I'm just going to trim it. So how big is this? It's about 1 inch. So they're really cute letters. They're going to be great for scrapbooking, to make little titles, all sorts of purposes. And now I can't cut straight, but there we go. And then we'll put a couple of dimensionals on there. And then we'll wrap up by making the little thing on the inside. And then we'll just put this at an angle. Already cute. Now, did I cut my white paper yet? I did not. Let's find some. It's like, where did I put my paper? Okay. You need some basic white. And some DSP. And I feel like I had a sample somewhere. Here we go. I'm going to use this one. Don't want to waste my paper. And I'm going to cut it to a 3x4. Okay, there was already 3, so that's 3x4 inches. It's got the oranges on the one side. And then I want to take basic white and I want to just make it 1/4 inch smaller so that we have a nice border. So that's 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. And then we're going to stamp this before we put this together. So we're going to grab the small orange and a sentiment. Does it fit on this block? No. I need a bigger one. I'll clean everything up after. Okay, people, we're busting out the pumpkin pie. So I'm going to use my pumpkin pie. Here we go. And I'm going to ink up my orange. Oh, I think I wanted to stamp off. I'm going to stamp off so that it's not so dark. And then just kind of angle it in the corner. Then we'll grab our Night of Navy. And our sentiment, which is you're the best kind of person. And anywhere you want. Just gonna layer mine up like that. Okay, and then I'm going to put this on here. So I decided to actually use dimensionals. So we're going to pop that up, but before we do that, we're going to put some ribbon on. So you might have noticed that this suite does not come with any ribbon. I found there was actually, well, if you want to write on this, and you don't use dimensionals first, right? It's going to be hard to write on later. There's a shocking lack of new ribbon, except for all the new ink colors. But there's some online things that we don't want to forget about. So look at this one. This is the polka dot natural ribbon. It is technically in the latte suite, a little latte, but this natural look looks fantastic with this suite. So I highly recommend getting this one. And whatever little mini or regular stapler you've got, I've cut about 5 inches of ribbon. And I'm going to staple it. My fingers are going to work for me today. Okay, you're not going to do it as crooked as I did it, but you're going to center it and then staple it on there. Or you could punch a hole through and tie it that way. That also works. I have had that mini stapler since, I don't even know, 25 years maybe, since I first started crafting. And then I've done dimensional so it goes over that ribbon a little bit. Okay, center that. And there we go. So cute. It's going to fit in our little pocket. Sorry, like I said, I have a cold and it's like nothing, my brain is not fully functioning. It does fit in the pocket. There we go. And then it tucks in, and then you've got that little hole where you can see how it goes. So that's my little treat favor. And let's grab our cards today. So I hope you had fun seeing how this awesome Mediterranean Bloom suite works. There's lots of fun things you can do with it. I made a card last week on my blog with the Country Flowers suite, but I used the big die from the Mediterranean Blooms and the DSP, just the navy. And so you can use it for all sorts of things. So let's come up here. I apologize for my sniffles. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. Don't forget about my May Stamp and Create class if you're as in love with the new ink colors as I am. So we're going to play with them and make beautiful projects together. You can sign up till next Thursday. And then keep in mind that free shipping on Tuesday for orders over $100. So that might be a good time to get some new things or get some basics. If you have any questions, you can find all my information on my website, which is Loritamariecrafts.ca. Thanks for watching live with me today. And thanks if you took time to watch the replay. I really appreciate it. I will see you guys next week. And if you're in Canada, enjoy the long weekend. See you next week.